Hello and welcome to another Ask Cheeky. I'm Isaiah Henkel with Cheeky Scientist. This week's question comes from Josh Durham. I've only received very low salary offers for all of the jobs I've interviewed for, and when I ask why, they say it's because I don't have any industry experience and I've spent most of my time in academia. Well, first of all, Josh, you're very lucky because a lot of employers don't give feedback like that. So if you've been given that feedback or feedback that's hinted to the fact that you're getting low salary offers because of a lack of industry experience or because you're an academic, there's something you can do about it. And what I want you to understand is that the salary offer you get starts with the quality of your resume. That's right. The salary offer you get starts with the quality of your resume. And it's not just about quality, it's about how you structure your resume. Think about this. It's the first impression people are going to have of you, right? Even if you get a job referral first, you set up informational interviews, you network with people who are working inside the organization. Your resume is what they're passing around internally behind your back, right? So no matter if you have a referral, that person's going to pass on your resume. Eventually, your resume is going to be what's on paper about you for people to evaluate. So it is still very, very important. It's not the only important thing, but it's very important. And when it comes time for them to meet after your site visit or after you interview, they're going to, again, go over your resume, talk about you, and they're going to look to that resume over and over and over again before giving you your offer. So if you or other PhDs are getting a low salary offer, it's because your resume isn't the quality or the structure, the format that it should be. So what can you do about it? Number one, make sure your resume is in a functional resume format. This is very, very important. It's something a lot of PhDs have no idea how to do because we think in terms of chronology, right? So we think in terms of what we did first, like our work history experience. We think of an academic CV, and then we take our academic CV and we just whittle it down into a one-page or two-page resume. And then we still have it, based on time, what we did first, second, third. Don't do that. You have to write down things that are functional or relevant to the position at hand. Focus on your skills, okay? Your skills, especially if you don't have any industry experience, especially if you've been in academia your entire life or most of your life. You have to focus on your technical skills and transferable skills in the work experience section especially, instead of academic job titles like graduate research assistant, postdoctoral fellow. Because when they're passing around your resume and making the decision on what salary offer to give you or whether or not to give you the job, and they just see those academic job titles, it's such an easy argument for any one person to make about why they should offer you less. Why should they offer you more? You've been in academia your whole life. Whatever they offer you is going to be more than your stipend or more than your fellowship. Take this out of their hands. Make it a functional resume so that when their eyes go to your resume, they're seeing your skills that you have. Number two, make sure those skills and everything on your resume is relevant and forward-facing to the position. What do I mean by that? Don't just focus on things in the past, things that you've done before, your job duties. Focus on what you've done in terms of how it's going to help you achieve the goals you need to achieve for that position. You have to show this on your resume. So when they come back to it, when they're making that final decision about how much to offer you, they're going to look at it and say, wow, this person has achieved exactly what we need them to achieve now. This person has the relevant skills, even if it's not the exact same skills, the relevant skills. And you should use that word a lot in your resume, relevant. Okay, we talk a lot about how to do this in the Cheeky Scientist Association. In fact, this Thursday at 1 p.m. and again at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to do a webinar specifically on your resume and how to craft it so that you get a high salary offer after you interview. Okay, that's this Thursday, 1 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll put a link in the text portion above this video. Make sure you sign up for that. There's limited seats. Number three, results-oriented. You've heard this a lot. Your resume has to be results-oriented, but your results need to be quantified. And of course, going back to number two, they need to be relevant to the position at hand. And we see this over and over again, and there's studies to back this up now. If you provide results that are related to money, even if it's just grant money, you are more likely to get a higher salary offer. Okay, why is this? Because it shows a couple of things, and a lot of this is happening subconsciously to employers when they're reviewing your resume. They understand that you see the value of money, not just personally, but more organizationally. Even academia, in a sense, is a business. A lab, a classroom is a business. You have to bring in grant funding for that business to be successful, just like a business needs to bring in profits, revenue to be successful. So by putting dollar signs, money, euros, whatever, on your resume, you will get a higher salary offer. okay, because you're showing that you understand the importance of that. They're going to come back and they're going to see that quantified result in terms of, again, dollars, euros, yen, pounds, whatever it is, and they're going to give you a higher salary offer just because you understand the importance of that, because you've quantified it, because you put it on there, and it anchors them high, because a lot of the numbers you're going to put on a resume in terms of grants, etc., it's going to be a high number, right? It's going to be hundreds of thousands, a million, maybe you got an R01, etc. Put that on there, even if you haven't achieved it yourself. That's not how things work in academia anyway. But if you've worked in a lab that has a grant, you can put the grant that the lab is under, that you're a part of, that you're being paid through. And we're going to talk a lot about this on this Thursday's webinar as well. Make sure you do these 3 things. If you want to increase your salary offer, you get after you interview. It all starts with your resume. We're going to tie those 2 things together, your resume and your salary offer, this Thursday at 1 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Special advanced resume webinar just for PhDs. As always, remember your value as a PhD and start thinking and acting like a successful industry professional.